Welcome to Kyoto, Japan. Kyoto is history. Kyoto is beauty. Kyoto is food. I'd like to share with you our travel experience from this beautiful city. Fresh off the train, we enjoyed a quick lunch of soba and curry noodle. Our hotel is located across the street from Kyoto Station. After dropping off our luggage there, we then headed to Nishiki Market for some afternoon snacks. The sight, sound, and smell were so tantalizing. Where do we even begin? We started off with gyozas and takoyaki. Seafood? Definitely.
Salmon belly. Okay. Scallops.
We just came from Hokkaido where we had fantastic seafood. But how can you say no to salmon belly and ukura? Kyoto is the matcha capital of Japan. We found a matcha specialty cafe where we can enjoy delicious matcha treats. The matcha mochi was soft, fluffy, and oh so yummy.
It's very soft. There's almost no chew to it at all. It's not too sweet. I like that.
I am a fan of Japanese curry bread, but one coated with sesame, not that. I have got to try. There was so much to eat, but our time in Nishiki Market were limited. Next attraction is Fushimi Inari. It's located next to Inari Station on the JR Nara line, just 2 stops away from Kyoto Station. The cherry blossom season has just passed, so it was less crowded. The shrine was dedicated to Inari, a deity for good harvest and success in business. Visitors come here mainly for the thousands of red and orange torii gates that line the trails leading all the way up to the top of Inari Mountain. Finally, nobody around. For those who are ambitious, it can take up to 2.5 hours to hike all the way to the top of Inari Mountain. At about the midway point, there is a popular resting area with a fantastic panoramic view. We will come back 2 hours later for the sunset. Besides the main trail, there are also various smaller trails that you can explore. Sunset is about to begin. It's time to make our way back down. This sunset view alone was worth the hike. Back down to the main shrine. Earlier it was filled with visitors, now it looked deserted. Time to head back to Kyoto Station and grab some dinner. Kyoto Station itself is an attraction, especially at night. We shall explore Kyoto Station more in detail later, but for now, we head for Ramen Street to grab some dinner. The black soy sauce ramen was excellent, topped with generous amount of fatty char soup. After dinner, we walked across the street to our hotel for check-in. It may not be a 5-star hotel, but it has all the comforts and amenities needed. It's time to check out the onsen, which is located on the 9th floor. We chose this hotel not only because of its proximity to Kyoto Station, but also for the open-air onsen, and it did not disappoint. There were also indoor hot and cold baths. After onsen, guests can relax at the lounge by browsing through manga books or enjoying complimentary ice cream popsicles. Onsen milk could be purchased from the vending machine. Guests can also enjoy complimentary ramen every night from 9:30 to 11 p.m. at the Oasis restaurant. But it's delicious.
So, should we go to the alternative bamboo grove?
It's time for bed. We have another busy day tomorrow. The next morning, we were up at the crack of dawn and headed for Arashiyama Bamboo Forest. From Kyoto Station, you can take the JR Sen-in line and get off at the Saga Arashiyama Station. From there, it's about a 15-minute walk to the bamboo forest. I was able to get there early and had the bamboo path all to myself. No matter how many times I have envisioned this experience, it still felt surreal. The best time to visit is in the morning, when the sunlight begins to filter through the bamboo leaves. Other than the bamboo forest, there are other attractions in the area. We decided to walk around and explore. I really wanted to see the monkey onsen inside a monkey park, but unfortunately it was closed at the time of my visit. It was a productive morning. Time to head back to Kyoto Station for breakfast. Kyoto Station has a plethora of dining options. I opted for Ogawa Coffee for its famous roll cake. The coffee was adequate, but the roll cake was excellent, just as I remembered. After breakfast, we wanted to explore some of Kyoto Station's attractions, such as the Grand Staircase, the rooftop garden, and the Skyway. The Grand Staircase runs from the 4th floor all the way up to the 11th floor alongside the Isaten department store. During the day, it's a pretty cool place to be, but at night, it will be even more spectacular. We'll be back at nighttime. Visitors can climb the Grand Staircase, or like me, you can take the escalator. The rooftop sky garden offers free access to the public. Visitors can relax, enjoy the weather, with a panoramic city view to boot. The Skyway Tunnel, located on the 10th floor next to the Ramen Street, can be accessed from the Grand Staircase. The day was still early, and I had the whole Skyway to myself. Just around the corner, the Skyway turns into Star Bridge. It helps to connect Kyoto Station from east to the west. At night, the Star Bridge would be spectacular as it would be lit up. During daytime, the view from here was still impressive. Kyoto Station has some of the best restaurants in the city. And it is in here that I have accidentally rediscovered one of my favorite food of all time, Haida beef. Although less famous than its cousins such as Matsusaka, Kobe, and Omi beef, Haida beef is still considered one of the top-grade Wagyu in Japan. Top-grade Wagyu beef can be expensive, but lunch menu typically offers much better value. The Haida beef was tender, juicy, perfectly marbled, and absolutely melts in the mouth. It paired well with sake, whiskey, or beer. It was one of my favorite meals of all time in Japan. In fact, the next day I had to return for more. With a happy belly, it's time to explore the geisha district of Gion. Some streets and alleys were closed to tourists due to complaints from local residents, but enough remained open to give us a glimpse of the old Kyoto. Gion Corner is a historical theater that entertains guests with traditional Japanese performances. We were fortunate to score tickets for tonight's show. Photography was not allowed during the show. The 1-hour show included performances such as traditional singing and dancing, and the arts of flower arrangement and tea ceremony. It was definitely an eye-opening experience. At night, the streets of Gion has a different vibe. We roamed the geisha district looking for a unique dinner spot. On a side alley, we found a hidden gem, Gion Kawatu. It serves one of my favorite Japanese dish, hitsumabushi. Unagi and ikura, a combination made in heaven. Whoever thought of this must have been a genius. The ikura was full of umami and melts in the mouth. The unagi was smoky, fatty, and juicy. The next day, we visited one of the most significant historical sites in Japan, the Kyoto Imperial Palace. It served as a residence of the imperial family for over 1,000 years, all the way to the end of the Edo period. It may not be the Forbidden City or the Versailles Palace, but it was still spectacular in its own right. Four kilometers from the Imperial Palace lies another attraction, Kinkaku-Ji, also known as the Golden Temple. It was designated as a World Heritage Site in 1994. Its top 2 floors are completely covered by gold leaves. As one of the most photographed attractions in all of Japan, it can get very crowded. Back at Kyoto Station, we wanted something light for dinner. We found Soup Stock Tokyo, a cafe specializes in soup. While the lobster and tomato bisque was excellent, the potato and corn potage was my favorite. The bread was surprisingly good, piping hot, airy, and very doughy. With a happy belly, it's time to explore the sights and sounds of Kyoto Station at night. The grand staircase is lit up with graphic art, with music to boot. The theme can vary depending on the seasons. Tonight it features the characters Atito and Scala. That was quite a show. Now it's time for some exercise. Let's revisit the Skyway Tunnel, but this time at night. From here, you can see the lit up grand staircase below. Around the corner, the Starbridge walkway was dazzling. In here, you will find the most spectacular nighttime view in Kyoto. All great things must come to an end. We were sad to leave Kyoto, but not before one final meal. Sayonara Kyoto. Next stop, Tokyo. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other travel videos, including more from Japan.